Hello everyone, welcome to next session. In this session, we will understand how to start a Wiremock server programmatically using the Java library. So we will start this. We understand how to start and stop the server and what class we need to use to do that. So this is the master class which we have discussed in the project structure. So here we will instantiate all the class objects for the all the stub classes, and also we will use this to start the Wiremock server. That are the initial steps. So we will use Wiremock server class, that is this. So it is in the Wiremock package. So it is automatically now. So this is as you can see, it has imported the required class. So we have Wiremock server. So this Wiremock server class is used to instantiate the Wiremock server, right? So we have Wiremock server, new Wiremock server. That's it, right? Now let's try to understand what this is doing. So it is trying to initiate the server, and to as we discussed in our previous sessions also, by default server is initiated on port 8080, right? But we can change the port also. So there might be an issue, might be the case like suppose you are running any other application, might be suppose let's say you're running Jenkins, it mostly runs on the port 8080 if we take the default port, right? So in that case it will be an issue to start this server, because it will not be able to bind the server with that port, the HTTP server. So HTTP server used at the backend in the Wiremock is Jetty, Eclipse Jetty server, right? That is an open source server, HTTP server. So here you can pass so with this Wiremock server class has the constructor as well. So you can pass the argument port as the argument, right? So what we will do is we will use 8089 as the port here. So now what it will do, it will instantiate the Wiremock server on port 8089, right? And how you can start this? So using this object which we have initialized, you can simply use start, right? So there are many other options here. We will discuss this as well in our upcoming sessions, right? So we'll simply use start, and what we will do is we will try to run this now and see what happens. So I am simply running this as we run any other application. So once so the Maven is building the project. So once this is done, so since we are not using a Wiremock, we are not using any of the code to stop the server. So we need to manually stop it. So as you can see, it is running. The server is running at the backend, right? Now the foremost thing, the most important thing to note here is how you will check if the server is running or not at the backend. So for that case, you can use the recorder URL to understand that. So we will go to the browser and we will type this. So this is the URL which is used for admin recorder, right? So we need to change the port here 8089, and let's see if this is working. So as you can see, the Wiremock recorder is up. Why? Because the server is successfully started now. So we will simply try to stop this now. So now the server has stopped, right? So if we will now try to reload this, it will not work now. The recorder will not work because this was tied to the instance which we have just created and we have stopped it. So to stop the server, you can simply use the same object stop. That's it, right? Now it will so to understand this, you can introduce some delay between these two operations, start and stop. So I have just run the project. So as you can see, it has started the server, right? And it has stopped the server also, right? So that's how this works. So let's move to our next session.